Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Gamertag Radio with your hosts, Danny Pena, Paris Lily, and Peter Toledo.
All right, so we have here the legendary El Dominicano, of course, Ed Boon. Ed, how you doing, man?
Good. Always good to see you.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat 1. First of all, congratulations. I think the presentation you guys had during Summer Game Fest was really, really cool. Great presentation. My first question is, why Mortal Kombat 1? Why go back? I'm dying to know about this, man. Why you guys made the decision to do this change?
The main reason that we're in Mortal Kombat 1 is, we're resetting the story, basically. Mm-hmm. And we really feel like the title Mortal Kombat 1 really kind of communicates that. It shows that 1 is always the beginning of something. And, Mortal Kombat 11 kind of reached this kind of apex of, Liu Kang's journey, going from a Shaolin monk all the way to, Fire God Liu Kang. Mm-hmm. And we really felt like, there was nowhere higher to go as far as that's concerned. So we really decided to start over with the story, tell a brand new origin story for all the characters, how they came to be, how their relationships with each other, mm-hmm. and that was the main catalyst of where the 1 came from. And
cameos, I noticed that right now the playable demo that we played, Kane is in there, Sonya Blade, right, Jax. They're from like the original. They have the original costume. So
yeah.
How's that going to work also with cameos? So I played a little bit today, and I was using Sonya the whole time. I noticed that it's not just pressing the R1 button for the characters to appear, but you could also do other moves. Like there's so many different ways to play this time, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that too.
Well, as far as the mechanics of the cameo, one of our main goals was to make it as simple as possible to execute. We didn't want to tie it to a special move or something like that. We really wanted every player to be able to call a cameo at will without really thinking about it much. And as far as those old costumes that you were talking about, where they're in their original Mortal Kombat costumes, those cameo characters are more of like a novelty, like a nod back to the older Mortal Kombat games, and that'll be pretty consistent with how we do these characters. They're not necessarily, the story element of there.
I was going to ask that.
They're just like, they're for the nostalgia, your memory of when you first saw Sonya Blade, when you first saw Kano Jax, and that's how we're representing them. The main roster, that's kind of like their story, this version of the game.
So campaign is so the campaign we can use cameo at all. This is more like versus.
No, you can use cameo. Yeah, there are a number of cameo characters in the campaign that are exclusive to the campaign. Okay. And they're not in the main the cameo rosters, so to speak, that you choose from. So the story mode introduces cameos. It introduces the concept of them. You really get used to it. There's a bit of a almost like a training element where you get used to how they work. And then, like I said, there's a number of appearances in the story mode cameos that aren't seen anywhere else.
In the demo, there was like a mansion. Is that Johnny Cage's mansion?
Yes,
it is. Okay,
yeah,
I was like, who's the rich guy here? It has to be him. Okay, no,
it's like in the Hollywood Hills, you could see. I think you could see L.A. in the distance or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Now, also for cameos and also the regular characters, Fatality is also included in there too. I thought it wasn't available for cameos too, so that was pretty cool too. So how that there's multiple or just one type of cameo fatality for each character?
Each cameo has one fatality, and it's normally an updated version of like a classic one that you've seen before. The Jax getting really big was something we did in Mortal Kombat 3. Sonya's kiss was something from the first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And Kano's heart rip and all that stuff. So it's like I said, it's the cameos visually, the presentation of them is all about novelty. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, you're gonna have such a great time with these, and there's some really crazy cameos that we're gonna be
that's cool
introducing in the coming months.
I like that it's very easy to play for newcomers, for people that come in and start trying the game out. Because I remember in the old days, sometimes the fatalities were way too hard for me. I'm like, I can't. I'll do the easiest one for me so I could just play along. But it's good to see that you guys made that change. Also, when are we gonna get to see new characters? Also from both from the main roster and also cameos. Is that something that slowly you're gonna little by little you're gonna?
Oh
talk
yeah,
about?
yeah. When you think about it, we're in June right now.
Yeah.
And the game's coming out in September. So there's going to be a very steady stream of new information, new reveals, and a new game mode is coming that we haven't talked about, and there's going to be plenty of. Every time you turn around, you're going to see a new character, a new cameo, or something like that being introduced.
Looking at, I know the ending of that one. Basically, this is why we're in Mortal Kombat 1, right? Because of him. So
Exactly.
Is he the only character that's from the old Mortal Kombat? And this one is more of all the new characters, just brand new story. Is he the only one, or there's going to be other ones too? If you're allowed to talk about it.
I'm cautiously answering it. For the most part, yes, he's the one with any kind of knowledge of the last 11 games of events, and he's using that knowledge sometimes. That's part of the fun of this story mode is he's going to see Shang Tsung taking a path, and he goes, "Wait a minute! I know the damage that he's done in the previous timeline." So he's making decisions based on his recollection of that, and it's going to be fun because you as anybody who's a Mortal Kombat fan in those stories is also going to be remembering. Oh, that's right. These two teaming up here is going to be something that's going to be, So it's very cool how we have all these nods to the previous games. But for the most part, Liu Kang is the one who has the memories of that, and everybody else has no memories of like Scorpion knows nothing of Shang Tsung. Sub-Zero knows nothing of Shang Tsung. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are brothers. Katana and Mileena have a completely different relationship too.
Now, for competitive players, what new things are they going to see for the hardcore fans with like game mechanics and stuff like that, especially for like tournaments?
The biggest one I think that's going to make the biggest impact is the introduction of the cameo characters, matching them up. That's going to be part of the. Not only do you find your favorite character, but then you find your favorite matchup with the cameos as well. Or if you know that Sonic Fox is playing Johnny Cage and Kano cameo, you're like, okay, I got to find a pair to counter that. And so that's going to be fun to see that. And then we've added some a little bit more nuanced things, like you can do combos in the air. There's much more pop-ups, and it's more of a combo friendly game as well. So we can have longer string combos, more creative things that you can do in the game. So we have this up block new mechanic that's in there. So those players are really going to take that apart, and in addition to the cameos, are really going to come up with. It's going to play completely different from MK11.
Yeah, I could definitely see the combination of so many different ways to play now because of that. So that's really cool. Now, I know when you're on stage, you're talking about that Van Damme is also finally is going to be in the game. So for those that don't know, he was originally, you guys were trying to get him for the first game, right?
Yeah, and the very first game we wanted to call Van Damme, the video game.
Yeah,
right?
That never happened. Yeah. It took so long. What happened, man? Why it took so long? Was it more from your side? It was more just.
Well, it certainly wasn't from our side. We were the ones who wanted to get him.
Yeah.
But he was. I think this was about the time of the movie Bloodsport, around that time. So, his career was really going up, and but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And over the years, we've pinged them. Hey, how about now? How about now? Like as we go through the PS2, yeah, and it just never happened. Yeah. And then finally, I don't know if it was from our nagging. We got him to do it, and he's doing voice stuff for it too.
So you were there during the recording?
No. He had to do it remotely. Yeah. He had a lot of limitations, and COVID restricted a lot of stuff like that. So we really had to orchestrate. Okay, he's going to be in Hong Kong on this day, and we'll get a studio, and I don't even know if that's where we ended up doing it, but it was it was orchestrated very carefully.
That's really cool. It's like full circle, man. You know, right?
That's exactly what it is.
I love that. I love stories like that, man. And is he excited? I mean, what was it? Besides the business side, but like he knew about Johnny Cage. Like he was like ready, or you guys give him like.
I like to think. By this time, he's heard
I hope so.
that Mortal Kombat has like some connection to it. I've never heard him talk about it or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that he, remembers it and is like, okay, let's make it happen, kind of thing.
Look at that. So Van Damme used to be Guile for Street Fighter, the movie.
That's right. That's right.
And now
some people don't. Yeah, he's played Guile and Johnny Cage.
Yeah, awesome. But no, Ed, I just want to say congrats once again. Thank you for the opportunity, and I can't wait for the game officially comes out later this year, right? September what?
Yeah, 19th, I think.
19th.
Yeah.
There you go, guys. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Cool.